Hello, this is Greg Johnson of resourcesforlife.com, and I'm just checking in. It's been probably a week or two since I've posted an update onto Facebook. I like to have a topic for each of these posts other than just saying hi, and I was just returning a rental car today to Enterprise. I like renting from them, and I looked up in my rearview mirror. I was slowing down to make a right-hand turn. I was signaling. The person behind me I could see was behind the driver's side driving the car. They were talking to the person in the passenger seat and were totally oblivious to what was going on in front of them. So had I not been aware of what was going on behind me through the rear view mirror, I probably would have gotten rear-ended. I was able to maneuver out of the situation. But yeah, these two people just kept talking on and on and on with the driver of the car behind me, not looking ahead, but talking to the person next to him. So that kind of reminded me of the increased attention that we've had recently in the news among the, regarding the topic of driving safety and the technology that people are using with cell phones and texting with Blackberries and that type of thing, being distracted from their driving. And in some states it's now illegal to talk on a cell phone and drive, which I find kind of ironic, because if you're talking on a cell phone, obviously people can get lost in a daydream of a conversation and not be paying attention, but that's kind of, irrelevant to the technology. For most people, I think, if you're talking on a cell phone, you can carry on a conversation and look directly ahead of you, look at the road ahead of you. It's actually, I think, much safer than somebody, as I experienced today, driving down the road, talking to the person next to them, actually turning to look at the person next to them. I think it would be much safer to be, on a cell phone, looking ahead at the road and talking. Similarly, if a person's using, let's say, a GPS unit with a mapping system, that's going to be probably safer than trying to find their location manually, the old-fashioned way, on a printed map. So in a lot of ways, the technology helps us be more alert, more attentive to the road ahead. If anything were to be made illegal, it probably should be illegal for people to talk to the person next to them in the car, or turn around and start disciplining the kids or something in the back seat. That's creating more of a potential driving hazard than somebody talking on a cell phone and looking straight ahead. Certainly I think we need to reconsider some of the legislation that's been passed to outlaw cell phones and other things. The other topic is texting. Some of the devices, like the iPhone, for example, allow for basically you're typing words in and typing it at a pattern. So the pattern of text that you're typing, if you type in the word, let's say this, well, as you're touching the keyboard, there's only one, combination of places where you can type the word this on a normal keyboard. And on the iPhone, it interprets the word that you're typing based on the pattern of where your finger lands on the glass. So if you were to type on a normal keyboard, like a Blackberry keyboard where there are physical keys, and if your finger hits the key to the left of it or something, the Blackberry doesn't know what you're typing. It just interprets it literally. But the iPhone has this capability of interpreting the pattern and then figuring out what word you're typing. So that can actually make it possible to type while driving and not have to pay as close attention to the technology and be able to pay a little more attention to the road ahead. But anyway, I think part of the problem with driving safety and technology is that we really haven't modified the technology enough to take safety into account. There are some cars, for example, that have heads-up technology. The heads-up technology makes it possible for you, while you're driving, to look directly ahead and see the speedometer. And that way the peripheral vision that you would otherwise be losing by looking down is is still clear. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. It's good to be in downtown Iowa City today, and I'll try to get more updates online again soon. Thanks.